Okay, guys, I I chose the hottest day to come to the boat. Jesus Christ! And I should have brought some shorts. These pants are hot. Anyways, I got the cabinet in position. It's not screwed into the wall yet, and I'm testing to see how far the door could open before screwing it in. So this is what I got. I have from back here, I have an inch exactly, and I noticed that I open it and the handle is going to touch the wall there, and this is the widest box, and they all fit in all the way to the bottom. But I noticed, okay, then the combination of the backing and the rod holder, we're looking at 3 3/4. Let's say it's 4 inches, and then I can put a rod and reel here. So what I got from the door, it's 4 3/4. I can push it in 1/4 more and make it 5 inches, but that's not really an issue because my plan is that when it's time to fish and I have rods, and basically the rods are going to be up here and they're going to be on the sides and back here. This is mainly for the gaff, you know, and if I have the big net, the Hollywood net, I have a place to put them on. So it's not really going to be for rod and reel. But if somebody puts a rod and reel, there's no problem, because I already foresaw this many years ago. People hang on to when the boat is rocking around, people are hanging onto this door. So what I did, I put a hinge that I can remove the door and place it inside. So the issue with things on the side there, that's not going to be a big deal. Another thing is that I could go and take the handles off. I can reduce the handle, because right here I got a good inch and something. Let me see. See what I got here. Yeah, I got an inch exactly. So I could make it into 3/4, but I can just scoot this over so I have 5 inches exactly on one side, and the door's still going to open. It's still going to be able to remove the trays. So I'll do that right now. Let me get back to you. Okay, so I'm stocking it up and everything looks good. I moved it over a little bit more, so now the door opens. If I'm gonna have some difficulties, I remove this and take it home and reduce it, and I have to do the same to the other one so it matches. But I don't foresee any problems. So everything is in. Slides in. The distance here is about 1/8 of an inch. All you have to do is scoop it, put it to the side, and it'll slide out. No problem. This is the one that's a little bit longer for some reason, but everything moves out fine. Then I'll do this. Now, one thing that it just popped in my mind, and I thought about this at home also, that once I install it, I'm going to put in the bucket, which I didn't bring. I have the little buckets here. And mainly the little buckets are for bailing water in case something happens, the pumps are not working. The big bucket does not fit down there, but these little ones do from Home Depot. I got 2 of them there. So they'll fit there. And I can toss a rope also in the bucket and keep it there. So what came to mind was that I was going to sell that bag. Bag cost probably, it was a gift from a friend of mine. We went fishing in Mexico, and you know, I invited him. He gave me that, but I'm thinking that bag fits everything that I have here, except some of the lead, the stuff that I could keep in here. So the the big cases and stuff, I'm gonna keep it in the bag for safekeeping inside the boat in case somebody decides to come and try to rip this off. They're not gonna get much. Okay, so that's the idea. So the distance now between the door, which like I said, the door is going to be removable. I'll remove the hinges. Now we're looking at 5.5, which, let me see, yeah, 5.5, which is plenty of room to put the gaffs in, you know, in case I don't remove the door. I can just leave the door and the gaff can go in there, no issues. All right, later. Okay, man, it's 99 degrees. This is the wrong day to come here. I don't know if I'm gonna stay tonight, but I installed it. It's all bolted in there. I'm gonna keep the bag with the other stuff inside. I'm gonna lock this up. And man, it's just too hot. Got this little tab up here. That's locked. Okay. I'm gonna take a break. I'm gonna turn on the air. There's a little issue with the canvas that I was thinking about it, and I said, well, let me test it. So I finished installing it. I shouldn't have done it because I think I'm gonna have to take it home and cut about 1 inch from the rear, because I'll show you why. The cover that attaches to these all the way down don't reach, almost does here, but it's very tight. So what I could do is take it home and just rip all the way around. I gotta dismantle this top piece, rip it, cut the notches, and reinstall it. After I built it, I had a feeling, and I said, you know what, the canvas, it's tight, so you know what, I should have brought some shorts. I don't have nothing here to change. These pants are very hot. Well, maybe I can put these on. They're not as, they're more like mechanic pants. Yeah, I'll put those on. But let me tell you, man, right now, let's see, it was 99 a little while ago, 97 now. I'm gonna wait until 5. But I'll tell you one thing, I'm glad I installed my air conditioning, because once you come in here, big drop in temperature. Oh God, yeah, what a difference. And I put the board on top so it can push the air down, and it hits me right on the body. But today, man, super hot. So I'm gonna watch a little TV. I'm gonna take these pants off, change, and I got some smaller shoes, and take these boots off, cool off a little bit. All right, guys, later. Okay, guys, so I just finished putting together the cabinet. I reduced it by 1 inch because the cover wouldn't fit over the cabinet, and I just wasn't going to redo the cover. Just to adjust it, it's probably $100. So I brought it back and I did some adjustment. I also have to cut the drawers. The drawers were a little longer, so now they're shorter, and it's right on the money. So I'm gonna see if I can clean these edges. They look kind of dirty. I don't know why. And I'm gonna see if I can clean up this side. This is the one that's gonna show, and it's exposed. And I gotta cover these two up. So it just tidy up, and I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try. I had crud and I sprayed it one time and it didn't really do much. I'm gonna try bleach with a rag. See what that does. All right. See you later. Well, that bleach did the job pretty good. It's on this side, cleaned that area up, and I still got to do the edge on the door and stuff, and maybe the handle. I was thinking of reducing the thickness of the handle because when I opened the door at the boat, the handle was really impeding me for. See, it's 2 inches away, and then it's an inch thickness. Maybe I'll take it into. I don't know. If I go 3/4, that's going to be too close to that screw. And I did this side too. I just need some white silicone so I can cover up these little holes and stuff. And I got that at the boat. Went ahead and cut about 1/8 of the handles. I didn't want to go any deeper because it's going to look kind of ugly. But I'm going to kind of reduce the size on this, and I want to round it off with this belt sander that I have here. So I'm going to put this on my head. Now this dust that this thing puts out is very sticky, and I don't like it. It's very fine particles, and I had a nice breeze coming from behind and it's blowing it. See, I have to hit this with the hose. Okay, that's good. That's enough. All right. This dust, plastic powder is very cleany, and then I gotta go in and even though I wasn't breathing when I was blowing it, but I gotta blow my nose just to be safe. Then I had another slight problem with, excuse me a minute. I had a slight problem with the Freon. I couldn't put it in the refrigerator because the connector here, it's a snap-on, That goes on the cars. So is this one. So the thread that I have, it's male, and the can is also male. So I couldn't thread it in. So I'm gonna go with a can now to. I bought it at AutoZone, and I'm gonna see if they can explain to me. I'm saying, where's the hose that goes with this can? Because none of these, and I got 3 more in the box there. None of them fit. So I couldn't charge the refrigerator. I'm gonna see if I can do that, and if I can't do it because of the hose, I got a backup. My niece is dating an air conditioning guy. He's done that all his life, and I'm gonna call him and say, hey, you got a free fishing trip if you fix my refrigerator. All right, guys, later. So it's pretty sturdy on there. Okay, so I made this at home so I can attach it to the side of the cabinet, but then it turns out that this is 16. This is before I cut the cabinet down. I forgot to cut this. I already had it in the truck, so when I put it on here, so now it's a little longer, so I have to cut here, but look what it's doing. It's cutting my cup. So I'm gonna have to remove one cup, center this somewhere, and then bring it up to the height, which is roughly there. I hate to lose a cup, but I'm gonna have to do. And then the door can close there. There's no problem. Now I know you can say, "Oh, why don't you just leave it like that? Just get it close to the wall." Yeah, but then I have a problem with the door. This door has to open up completely 90 degrees so I can get the drawers out, and it won't do that. So one thing affects the other. Okay, so let's see if the cover is going to cover the box. The reason why I had to take it down and reduce it in size. And the reason was that it wouldn't reach the this spot here. So let me see. It's a little snug here, but it does make it to the clips. And that's why I took it down. It's a little loose on this side, which is fine. This is a little tighter. That should be okay now. Okay, so the cabinet is done. I'm gonna kind of wait until the sun goes down so I can get with the camera into the tank and see if I can see any cracks or anything. With there was a lot of glare on the screen and I couldn't see anything. So now I'm going to in about 20 minutes I'm going to go look in the tank and then see what's going on with that. All right. Okay, so I'm getting ready to go, and I said, let me take another look at my masterpiece. So what do you guys think? Isn't that cool? Nice little locker, rod holders. That area was always a dead space, and I always wanted to take advantage of it. And one time I did a little bench, put a cooler on top. Some guy sat on top of the cooler. He almost fell when the boat was running, and I said, no, that's a little dangerous. I need to do something different. So I removed the cooler, gave away the box, and I said, okay, let's build something like this. All right, guys, see you on the next one.